state of the art.
All right, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy 666 coming at you with another comic book haul video. And like I said, our brother's gonna try and keep them coming out about every 2 weeks. So right now we are on schedule. So I hope everybody enjoyed that last haul video. I think I got some good books that I'm going to show you guys today. As a matter of fact, brother's been working on his equipment, and I don't know if you can tell or not, but I got tired of trying to work with a sound recorder and just all the different plugins that I had. So brother invested in a little bit of money and bought myself a new powered mic. So we're going to try this out. If you like it, let me know what you think. If not, hopefully everything comes across sounding pretty good. It's just, this is a continuing, evolving process. So, it's all good, man. Anyway, like I said, we're going to try and keep this rolling. We kept that last video under an hour. So, brother was all right. So, almost hit that hour though. You know how I do. You guys know how I do. I just can't help myself sometimes. I'm enjoying this so much. Enjoying just putting this information out to you guys, showing you guys what I'm finding out here. Anyway, let's get this started, man. You know how I like to do? I want to talk about a book that brother's reading. So first off, look at this. This is this Department of Truth, issue number 23. I don't know if this is the issue or no. I think it was one issue before where they restarted it back up. But if anybody's not checking this out, man, I highly recommend that you take a look at this, because this is a dope little story they're putting together. I really like the artwork. I like the concept behind the Department of Truth. But in this issue, we're dealing with that Kennedy deal, where they're discussing what they need to do about him. And in case you don't have any, if you never read this before, you don't have any background in this, you find out throughout this storyline that the government came across this secret, and the secret is that what people believe kind of changes the reality. The reality goes along with what you believe, and it's all about trying to sway the public opinion. And this is just I really like the concept. The artwork in this is just outstanding. I like this weird this painting style. It's almost It leaves you. It gives you this. It's very impressionistic. I talked about that before. I just like the way it looks. I mean, it has this emotional underlining to the artwork that ties in, really connects you to the story. It's just really, really beautiful stuff, man. I highly recommend checking it out. But anyway, it's all about the director of the Department of Defense. This is where they go back in time and tell you how they got involved with Lee Harvey Oswald. And this scene right here, man, this is where they were talking about Russia and the other countries knowing about the nature of reality and the power of belief, and anything that people believe is what we make real. And Russia, they're on the side of the Department of Lies, and of course the United States is the Department of Truth. But this issue, this picture right here, man, I thought was cold-blooded. That is such a great picture. Look at that. Tell me that's not off the chain. Anyway, I highly recommend you guys check this out, man. This is just a dope read. I kind of fell off at the first, at the end, right before it ended on the first go round, the first arc. But I'm back on it. Like I said, this is just a cold-blooded read. I'm enjoying it right now. We're going to see where this goes. Anyway, Department of Truth, issue number 23. All right, let's get into this haul. So I'm going to start off with some books. I went to this store, and we're going to start off with just some stuff that I pulled out of the long boxes. I thought there were some pretty decent finds, so I'm going to share them with you. Up first, we got Star Trek Voyager, issue number 1. This came out in 1996. Also picked up Deep Space Nine, Star Trek number 1 from 1996. These were two of my favorite Star Trek series back in the day. I really enjoyed Deep Space Nine. I don't know if it got the love that it should have gotten, but I just thought the stories, the characters, it was really good. I enjoyed it. Same thing with Star Trek Voyager. That's where we first got introduced to Jerry Ryan, 7 of 9. Just good stuff, man. Janeway was the first female captain, and it was just a really good storyline. It's a good TV series. Up next, I think I've shown this before. We've got the Ren and Stimpy Show, issue number 1. I know I've pulled this and showed this before. This is that Justice League of America, issue number 31. Some 1989 goodness. Just some early Adam Hughes, man. Finally ran into this. This is kind of like disappeared off of the scene when it was hot there a while ago. I think his name was Bad Bunny, I believe it was, who was rumored to play this role. I think the guy's name is, what is it? First appearance of El Muerto? Don't quote me on that. Do your own research. But anyway, this is the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, issue number 6. Like I said, you know, what goes out of spec, you know, what goes out of the public consciousness one day will be back around again. So, you know what they say, I guess spec never dies. But this was just a nice little find, considering. I do like doing that, you know, when things get hot, if you weren't looking at it before, and then you try and go out. It gives you a reason to go out and, you know, dig in the long boxes. But when you go out and you try and find it, just because it's something fun to do as well as the stuff that you're looking for. And when you can't run across it, it's kind of cool when you are out and about and you've forgotten about it and it just pops up out of nowhere. Anyway, I think this is the cameo in the first full. Is that how it goes? Anyway, I got issues number 6 and 7. I thought this was a pretty decent pickup. This is the Uncanny X-Men issue number 350. This is the Gambit's Secret Revealed. I just remember seeing something on this about the cover. There's probably something to it. This is the 350th issue. Also, brother picked himself up a newsstand. So, you know, this was a nice little pull, man. Nice little pull. I was surprised to find this. This is Rebbed, the Beginning, issue number 1. I believe the story on this is David Nakayama's first comic book work, first artwork, something along those lines. Anyway, I just was randomly digging at my LCS. This is a different spot. I was at my LCS, and I was surprised to see this in the boxes. Anyway, I knew what it was. You know, I've said it before. You know, it definitely pays to know your covers, your artists. You know, what's going on out here in the community. Just a nice little pickup. Anyway, this is Rebbed, the Beginning, issue number 1. First, David Nakayama. This was a nice little find. This is the Heavy Hitters, The Trouble with Girls, issue number 1. Just a nice looking cover. It's nothing pricey, nothing that really anybody's specking on. I just think I saw Red Hood and the boys. They showed this on, I think it was Mr. Longshort. Just kind of showed it, and it was just an interesting cover, and I was surprised that I saw it. You know, it's got that raised artwork on it. Just a beautiful book, man. It was cool. Nice little pickup. Didn't cost a lot. This is out of Epic Comics. Like I said, anyway, this is The Heavy Hitters, The Trouble with Girls, issue number 1. A book now that I'm running across. Found another one. This is The Witches, issue number 1. Shown this before. Mike Deodato Jr. cover. Oh, check this out. A book that I finally found, man. It got hot. You know, and of course it was going for a little bit. Everybody was talking about it. I think this is dealing with the Time Variance Authority. And it just kind of disappeared. Couldn't see it. Didn't see it anywhere. And finally popped up. Anyway, this is the Fantastic Four, issue number 353. Newsstand. Nice. Oh, and a book that I have never been able to find. I only found the variant, but never been able to find the cover A's. They just disappeared when it got hot with the Marvel, in the Marvel universe with the zombies. Just could never find it, man. And it finally popped up. We've got the Ultimate Fantastic Four, issue number 21. I think, like I said, this is the first appearance of the Marvel Zombies, and I've shown in a previous haul video, I did find the variant covers to this issue. I found 2 of those, but never found the cover A. And that was kind of always strange to me that I just never ran across them. As well as, I believe this is the first full appearance of the Marvel Zombies, Ultimate Fantastic Four, issue number 22. Just a nice little pickup that a brother finally got his hands on. So, you know, it was all good. And, you know, as usual, when you buy in bulk, you know, you can get that discount price. You can talk them down, you know, say, you know, well, can we get a little bit down on this? What are we talking about? I bought a nice little stack, and he worked with me, so it was all good, man. That's also part of the fun of the hobby, being able to go out, find stuff, you know, nothing's set in stone. So, you know, don't be afraid to ever throw an offer out there on a book or on a stack of books. Same thing goes online, man. You see something that you like online, shoot the seller, you know, shoot them a text, you know, shoot them a little thing asking, will they take this? Or if they don't, especially if they don't have that or make an offer button, you can always hit them up, man. You can always hit them up. Anyway, up next, this is just a dope book that I've always liked. I don't see this out there too often, but when it got hot back in the day, you know, I'd never seen this cover before. Of course, this was during a time when I wasn't collecting. But I just thought I always thought this was a great image. Just beautiful, man. Anyway, this is the Astonishing X-Men, issue number 6. Another book that popped up back in the day. I don't think it was trending or anything. I might have even seen this on Instagram or something. But anyway, I just thought this was a beautiful book. This is Wildcats, issue number 4 of 9. Just a dope. Who is the artist on this? Is it Ben Cadwell? No, I don't think so. Hang on, give me just a second. Let me look this up. Okay, this isn't by Ben Cadwell. This is by Talent. By Talent Cadwell. This came out, I believe, in 2005. I just thought this was a dope little book. Speaking of a dope little book, also from Wildcats, we've got issue number 25. Just a nice little pickup. This came out in 2001 and the artist by Sean Phillips. I just thought this was a beautiful cover. I mean, you just never know what you're going to run across when you're out there in the wild digging. Anyway, just a nice little pickup. Like I said, this is Wildcats issue number 28. Dope cover. Let me grab my next stack. Speaking of what I thought was just a dope little cover by, this is Batgirl issue number 45. I want to say this came out in 2003. This is a Wizard Fan Award winner. Up next, just another dope cover. We've got the Magdalena issue number 3. This came out in 2017. This is just another dope little pickup on the cheap. I believe this story is by Teeny Howard and Ryan Caddy. The cover art is by Stefan Sejic? Yeah, Stefan Sejic. I just thought this was a nice little buy. Just a beautiful book. Up next, the book that I finally ran across, we've got the Avengers Arena Murder World, issue number 14. Just a dope little pickup, man. This is cover art by, Mike DeBuffalo. Like I said, brother finally got a hold of this. Just a nice little pickup. I saw somebody showed it, I think, a while ago. I just thought it was a beautiful image of NYX, so glad to finally add this to the collection. Pulled these out of the long box. You guys know how I like grabbing those hard case crime stories when I can run across them. Anyway, this is Normandy Gold, issue number 1 out of Titan Comics. Just a nice little pickup. We've got cover by Faye Dalton, and I've shown some of her work before. She just does some beautiful artwork. I also got the variant cover for, well, I think this is one of the variants for issue number 2. Or it could be the cover A. You know how it goes. Anyway, that cover art is by Steven Scott. And here I think this is the cover A, this is the cover B, or just how, you know how the game goes. This is also an issue number 2 for Normandy Gold. Just a dope little pickup. The cover artist on this is Claudia Manicello. And this is what got me looking at this Normandy Gold when I was doing my research online. And like I said, when I finally ran across it out there in the wild, I thought this was a beautiful cover. This is issue number 3. Like I said, this came out in 2017. This is the cover A, also by Claudia Manicello. Is that the other one? Did I say? I think I said Manicello on that, but it's Inacelio or Inacello. Anyway, she just does some beautiful artwork. I think I've shown a couple of her books before back in the day. Anyway, this is Normandy Gold, issue number 3, the cover A. You know what? It has the covers on. It has it on there as well. This is also cover A. Let me go back to this one. Yeah, okay. This is a cover B for issue number 2. This is a cover A. Yeah, okay, there it is. It's right. This is nice when the information's right there on the cover, man. Like I said, cover B, cover A, just nice. Nice little pickup. Speaking of a dope little pickup, I think I might have shown this before. I can't remember, but I like the way this book looks. If I find it out there in the wild on the cheap, I'm going to grab it. This is that Astonishing X-Men, issue number 1. This is the Warren Ellis, Carrie Andrews storyline. This might even be a Carrie Andrews cover. Just a dope depiction of Storm and the Beast. I just really like this cover a lot, so anytime I find it out there in the wild, it's foil, it's embossed. Just a dope little pickup. Up next, also that I pulled out of the bins. I don't know if someone had bought this from my comic shop and they just left it in the bag, but like I said, I pulled this out of the bins. This is a Betty Page comic. This is by the cover artist Jim Silk. Just a nice little pickup. He's got some, looks like Adam Hughes could have got a little bit of some of his inspiration as well from Jim Silk, because I believe Jim Silk was out before Adam Hughes. Maybe they were out at the same time. Don't quote me on it. And maybe both of them just got their inspiration from Dave Stevens, but no matter how you look at it, just a beautiful book by Jim Silk. And the last book that I want to show you guys that I got when I went to that store, it's just a dope pickup. If I can find it in high grade at a great price, I'm gonna grab them when I can, because this book is always trending, on again, off again. Everybody's got some big expectations for Spider-Man, the Venom, moving forward in the Marvel Universe. So we'll see what's going to happen. Anyway, I've shown this book before. Your boy picked up a nice high-grade copy of this. I would put this at least a 9.6 with a press. Right now it might go for about a 9.4, but the corners are sharp. The color is beautiful. Anyway, you guys know this book. This is Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars, issue number 8. You know, just a beautiful, beautiful book from the 80s, man. This was just a great storyline. You know, Marvel was looking to do a Secret Wars story in the MCU. We'll see what's going to happen. We'll see what direction they go with it. We'll see which eras they pull from. It might be just an amalgamation from all the different Secret Wars storylines. But anyway, just a dope pickup. Let me get these out of the way. I thought this was a nice little pickup. This is Cursed Pirate Girl, issue number 1. This is created by Jeremy Bastion. I think this is like, 2001 or something like that when they came out with, let me see. When they came out with this. Anyway, I thought that maybe there was something on the back that gave me the date. I really don't want to take this out and try and look and see what it is, but this is out of Olympian Publishing. Like I said, the artist and writer of this is Jeremy Bastion. For some reason, I got it in my mind that this came out in, like I said, 2001. Anyway, just a nice little pickup. I was showing, like I said, these are some books that I've grabbed online and just out and about when I'm out and about. Check this out. We've got Vampirella Witchblade out of Harris Comics. I just thought this cover was pretty dope looking, so you know me, I had to pick it up. Speaking of Vampirella, we're going to stay in this vein for a minute. Show some more books out of Harris Comics. This is Vampirella Wetworks, issue number 1. As well as Vampirella Lives, issue number 3. We know this cover artist. This is some J. Scott Campbell goodness. We've got Vampirella, the commemorative edition, issue number 1. I just thought this was a dope little pickup. I like the colors. Of course, the pose is, we know the pose. Milo Manara made this pose infamous. We don't know if I don't know if he got it from this or if they got it from him, but just a dope little find. Some more Vampirella goodness. We got Vampirella Death and Destruction, issue number 3. This is also out of Harris Comics. It's nice. It's got this right on the cover. This is some Joe Jusko goodness from out of 1996. I mean, that skull behind Vampirella just looks sick. Just a dope artwork. Speaking of some dope artwork, I think I've shown this before. We've got Vengeance of Vampirella, issue number 10. You know the artist on this. This is some Adam Hughes goodness. And speaking of Adam Hughes, this was a nice little pickup for me. Just a nice little get. This book trended a couple months ago. This is that Vampirella Lives, issue number 2. Just a beautiful Adam Hughes. Just a nice little find, man. The colors are dope looking. You gotta like that blue. It gives you that cold sensation along with a little bit of the white and brown on the column that she's leaning up against. Just the colors, the colors combine very well with the artwork, just to put you in the scene of what's going on here. I just think this is a beautiful book out of Harris Comics. We've got, I'm gonna have to pull this out. I don't know what this is, but this is another Jusko from 1995. Let's see if they've got it on the back of the book. Okay, this is out of Harris Comics. It's not telling me what it is though. I'm gonna have to pull this out. Okay, this is Vampirella Sad Wings of Destiny. Is this issue number 1? Not sure. Anyway, just Dope pickup. Looks like we've got some stories in here. Looks like this is a compilation. It's written by David Quinn, Sean Fernald, letter by Hugh Monahan. This is saying this is out of Hammerland Studios. Anyway, I just thought this was a nice little pickup. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Nice. Oh, look at that. Nice. Joe Jusko. That's a beautiful cover. That's a beautiful picture right there. I like that. Anyway, let's keep this moving. Let me get these out of the way. We've got Vampirella, issue number 671. This is a dope artist that I've shown you guys before. I've shown a couple of his books. This is by cover art by John Vasquez. Like I said before, keep an eye on this guy. I think he's gonna do some dope things in our space. Anyway, brother picked up a couple of these, as well as the variants. Just beautiful cover art, man. Like I said, I just think this is an artist that you guys are going to want to keep your eye on. John Vasquez, just a dope little pickup. And like I said before, man, there's just a lot of great deals going on right now. People are just clearing out their inventories, just letting a lot of stuff go for just great prices. I definitely recommend, as usual, getting out there and seeing what's going on out there in the market, seeing what's being sold online. Anyway, a book that I've talked about before, or I talked about this book when I went down that rabbit hole. This is the Avengers No Surrender, issue number 675. This is the 1 in 200, man, from Alex Ross. And this at one time was a pricey book, but you can go online right now and look and see that there are starting auctions for this book right now for $1.79. Like I said, man, just some great prices going on right now for some books. If you were looking for them back in the day, you might be able to find them now just for some unbelievable prices. Like I said, I can't believe $1.99 start. You can win this stuff like I did for like maybe $5. You can't beat it, man. You can't beat it. Another nice little pickup. We've got Nita Hall's Nightmare Blog. This is the issue number 1. What makes this a little different is this is the 1 per store variant. So just a nice little pickup. This was the exclusive retailer appreciation variant. I've talked about Rodney Barnes before. I want to say this cover art is by Jason Sean Alexander. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's who this is. But anyway, do your research. This came out in October in 2021. So just a nice little pickup. Like I said, I spoke on Rodney Barnes quite a bit. His run on Philadelphia is just epic. Check it out. Digging what they're doing in this universe for Image. Speaking of a dope incentive, your boy had to get this. This is that Something Is Killing the Children, issue number 0 that just came out a couple weeks ago. This is that 1 in 25 by your boy Jeff DeCall. And like I said, there were so many exclusives, variants for this issue. You're able to get this on the cheap. So needless to say, your boy got him 2 of these. I got to take this sticker all the way off the book. But anyway, just a beautiful pickup. Something Is Killing the Children, issue number 0, Jeff DeCall. And speaking of an incentive I've had my eye on ever since it came out, it went crazy for a minute, but now it's coming back down to reality. Check this out. We've got Alpha Flight, issue number 1, the Art Adams 1 in 25. Just a dope book. This came out in 2022. Like I said, I've always kept my eye on this. to see if I could catch it at a great price, if I could get a steal. And I'm happy for what I got it for. Just a dope pickup. Nice to add this to the collection. So let me grab my final stack and we'll call it a night. Alright, so like I said, this is my last little stack. Let's go ahead and knock this out. Book that I've been looking at for a while. I finally broke down and picked it up. Check this out. This is a big magazine. I didn't realize it was this big when I got it. But anyway, this is Dark Works. This is by Joe Chiodo. This came out in 2004. I've been wanting to get this for a while. I just kept putting it off. Finally, I was like, man, let me go ahead and knock this off my list. Anyway, just a dope little pickup. This is basically huge magazine size. It's almost like a treasury, but not quite as big, but bigger than a magazine. Anyway, this is probably a trade paperback type deal, but what this is when I went in and took a look at this, man, it had some just phenomenal cover artwork that he's done out of Verotic. Just a nice little pickup, man. Speaking of a magazine, man, I couldn't believe when I got this. Couldn't believe when it popped up. I've always seen this book, just never wanted to pull the trigger on it. It went up in price back in the day when everybody was all about Milo Manara. And then it fell back down in prices again. Just never wanted to really pick it up, but I always kept my eye on it. And then this popped up. Check this out. This is Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal, the illustrated fantasy magazine. This is just that dope depiction of Gulliver's Travels done by Milo Manara. And the reason why I'm going on and on about this one that I picked up is that not only is this a newsstand, but this is still in the bag. Whoever bought this, he got it through the mail. He never took it out of the poly bag. I couldn't believe it. And I got it at a great price. Still, his address is still on the back, his mailing address. So, I thought this was just a phenomenal little grab. Never been taken out of the poly bag. If you look at it, the corners are just crispy. Just a dope little pickup. So, sometimes it pays to wait because you just never know what you're going to run across. Anyway, we've got Heavy Metal, the illustrated fantasy magazine. Just a dope Milo Manara cover. A book that I found in my LCS, one of my LCSs, they have a lot of slab books that they're selling. And I was surprised when I pulled this out. Check this out. This is The Revival, issue number 1. When I got it, it's a 9/6 signature series. This is, of course, is by the fantastic artist Jenny Frison. He had it marked at $30, and I was like, $30? What? So I was like, yeah, that's a no-brainer for me. This book is trending right now. I guess it's been optioned, but for me, it was just Jenny Frison artwork, signed by Jenny Frison, Tim Seeley, and Mike Norton. Just a nice little pickup. But when I looked at it, when I got it home and poured it out the bag, I was like, oh, that's why it was for $30. The slab was cracked and barely hanging on. So, it doesn't make me any difference, man. I was like, I'll just take this right out the slab anyway. I mean, if I ever wanted to send this into CGC, they've got that signature verification now. So it should still come back as for what it is. And I don't know why this thing got a 9/6. Maybe just a little slight bends at the staple. But this book is in beautiful condition. Anyway, The Revival, issue number 1. Jenny Frison goodness. This came out in 2012, so back in the day. Let me get these out of the way. So, a book that I showed a couple hauls ago, I made a big deal about it. I was glad to have finally picked it up. One of my personal grails for incentive covers that I was happy to get. You guys might remember me showing this, so this is another opportunity for me to bring this up. This Wonder Woman, issue number 38. This came out in 2015. This is the David Finch. Just a dope dope pickup. I was finally glad to add this to the collection. But you might be saying, man, why you showing this again? What's going on? Well, I'm showing this again because at the recent New York Comic-Con, the only book that really I saw that I wanted out of that, they came out with a foil edition of this. So, just a nice little pickup. I said, man, let me go ahead and grab that so I can have the regular one in, what is that, a 1 in 50, I believe, for the David Finch. 1 in 100, and anyway, the foil. I just thought that was a nice little grab, so I just wanted to pull that out to show you that I bought the foil for this as well, man. The foil is beautiful. They come out with some foils for a lot of great covers, but if I don't have the original, I don't want to pick up the foil because it just keeps driving me to want to have that original first. Speaking of which, that Legion of Superheroes, what is it, issue number 23? I'd like to get that foil, but until I can get that original, that first one, that Adam Hughes goodness, I think that's a 1 in 10. Anyway, until I can get that, I don't want to get the foil. But anyway, like I said, this was just a reason for me to pull that issue number 38 out for you guys again. Brother got the foil that just came out. I think it was also at the San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know what the print count on this is, but just a beautiful pickup. The Wonder Woman issue number 38, the foil, New York Comic-Con edition. Just a nice little pickup. Speaking of a dope pickup, in case you guys haven't seen this dude's artwork before, let me introduce you guys to Stuart Sager. Just check this out, man. This is Deja Thoris. This is Deja Thoris. Fairy Tale issue number 1. This came out in 2023. Just a dope book. This is a limited. He did a bunch of different variants for this, but this is the harder to get variant. I think this might be limited to 100 or 200, but just a beautiful Virgin variant. Like I said, if you guys have never heard of Stuart Sager, I definitely recommend you guys checking him out. And speaking of another Stuart Sager, he came out with this. This is the commemorative edition that he came out from a book that he did like back in the day. Check this out. This is Shiver in the Dark, issue number 1. This is the 20th anniversary. And what makes this a little bit more special is that he gave this out when he first put them out to people who, it was like an appreciation thing that he gave out this Virgin variant to people who spent money with him. I don't know how many of these there are. I don't think there's a lot. Anyway, you don't see this pop up too often online. Just like I said, this is just a beautiful book. Check him out. Like I said, this is Stuart Sager, Shiver in the Dark, issue number 1. Just a beautiful book, and I think this came out in like 2021. Anyway, if you guys have never checked him out, check him out, man. He has some dope books. Last couple of things that I want to show, man. This just came out not too long ago. Check this out. This is Red Sonja, Empire of the Damned, issue number 1. This is from my boy Joshua Middleton. Just a beautiful book. So you know how I do. I pick up a couple of the regular covers, but it dawned on me. You know, I'd seen this, and my boy Dan SPL, he had hit me up on Instagram talking about this cover when it was coming out. And in particular, he was talking about, check this out, the Virgin variant for this. Had to get it. Just a dope book. But you know, I definitely appreciate everybody that rocks for the brother. You know, I appreciate all the conversations, you know, the looking out, saying, hey Trip, have you seen this, or have you checked that out, or you know, just it really helps to inform you on what's going on, and sometimes you might not be thinking about something. Then when everything comes together, speaking of which, like I said, this was a limited variant that was also offered. I got this through the pull box, I had never really done that before. It was it was pricey, but when you get it through the pull box, you get a discount on it. But it dawned on me. I was sitting up watching my boy Dan. He was he had shown this on one of his hauls. He had done an unboxing, and he was talking about a book in particular, and it dawned on me. You guys remember when that Vampirella book spiked? It was by Alex Ross. It had her standing like a lake of blood or something, and it was the Virgin. The Virgin variant had blew up to like $1,500, and I was like, man, what is going on? And I had noticed a Vampirella Jenny Frizen, where she was kind of laying upside down, and like, I guess we got a thing for laying in a lake of blood or whatever, or water, a puddle of blood. But anyway, that Virgin variant also was commanding a hefty premium over the trade dress, and it dawned on me, these guys are buying these out of the pool, out of the pools, and these things when they spike, especially if it's a dope cover artist, these things can go for some serious bucks. Like I said, I wasn't thinking about that along those lines until my boy Dan also talked about another one of our guys that we follow on YouTube, my man Goat99. He was talking about a book that the Goat had shown, and it was a Vampirella Jenny Frizen that just recently came out. And he got to talking about it. This is Dan. He was saying he was watching Goat talking about it, and I, of course, had seen it, but just never made the connection until my boy Dan got to talking about it. He was talking about how many were on the census, and it dawned on me when you go back and you pick up these Virgin variants, how they do have the potential to be worth some serious money. So I'm bringing it out to you guys as well. I'm bringing this out for you guys as well. You might want to think about it as far as when they come out, especially like when Dynamite or something come out with these books, and you have the potential to get early the Virgin variant. Anyway, the book that I'm talking about that Dan just showed, and I had picked it up as well, but I had never even thought about it until he had shown it. I had just picked up the regular cover A's, the trade dress, as well as they came out with some foils, some 1 in 10s, 1 in 20s, the foil, trade dress, and the Virgin. But I didn't even know they came out with a Virgin for this book as well. Anyway, check it out. This right here, man, I've shown this before. I knew it was a phenomenal cover. That's why I had to get it. But now that my boy Dan, he came out and he got to speaking about it as well because of the Goat who hipped him to it. Man, if you guys are buying out of your pool boxes, Previews World, when they offer these limited, more pricey, they're pricey. They are. But the potential for what these books can go for later on down the road, I just had to join the club. I had to get this. Once he got to talking about it and I figured it out, I got it. Anyway, this is Vampirella Dark Reflections, issue number 1. Just a beautiful Jenny Frizen book. I had to get it in a 9.8 as well. I agree with what Dan was saying. I agree with what the Goat was talking about. These books, down the road, people are going to come back and they're going to be trying to find these. And these are going to go for a hefty price. If you don't believe me, go do your research on early Jenny Frizen, early Alex Ross, these Vampirellas. It could even possibly go along with, and it does, with the Red Sonjas. Go do your research, man. I see what they're talking about now, and I'm going to try and stay ahead of the game. As a matter of fact, there's a new Vampirella that's going to be coming out, I think, in December. I think I also picked up the variant for that as well. It's going to be a little bit harder to find, and I'll probably try and get that. I don't slab myself, but if somebody puts that out at a decent price in a 9.8, I might have to try and pick that one up as well. Anyway, just be on the lookout, man. Be on the lookout. Like I said, I just want to bring it to you. So with that, like I said, man, I'm gonna just try and between now and the end of the year, every 2 weeks, your boy wants to drop a new haul video. I hope everything comes out on this. Like I said, brother, working with a new mic. Let me know what you guys think. How does it sound to you? Is it pleasing to the ear? With that, you know what time it is. This is your boy 666. Until next time, I'm out.